Hi everyone, it's Chris. Welcome back to my parlour, and today I'm going to be doing a what is your significant person doing about something that's happening with the two of you. What are they thinking about that, and what are they feeling about that? So what are they thinking, feeling and doing about a certain situation that you're involved with? So anyone that you're thinking about now at the moment would like to know what they're thinking, feeling and doing about you, about a situation you're involved in, whether or not they're male or female, doesn't matter, friend, family, lover, boss, workmate, teacher. It doesn't matter what kind of relationship you have. This should cover the whole lot, whichever relationship's significant to you. And if you're thinking about them, what are they thinking about you? What are they feeling? What are they going to be doing about you or the situation, whatever's happening for you at the moment? So 1, 2 or 3, what is your significant person thinking, feeling or doing? I'm going to pour us all a cup of tea. It's very overcast outside, it's raining, so the light is a little bit iffy. I'm hoping this light's okay. I'm still working that out. It's the middle of winter, so here in Australia, so well, it's finally winter. So what are you thinking, feeling or doing? I'll give you a few moments to decide which set of cards belong to you, number 1, 2 or 3, and then we'll find out, shall we? Number 1, let's find out what your significant person is thinking, feeling and doing about you or a situation that you're both involved in, whatever's significant to you, whatever area that is significant to you. So let's have a look. I'm going to shuffle the cards. What are they thinking? For number 1, please. What's number 1's significant person thinking, feeling or doing? Significant. 1, 2 or 3. Okay, thinking. Well, they're a person that thinks a lot, your significant person. They think a hell of a lot, and they think very logically. They're not prone to jumping in, surprise, surprise. They really think about what they're doing, and at the moment they're very, very, very thinking, because you got the Ace of Swords here, and that's definitely a sign that they are considering the situation, considering you, considering their input into this relationship that you share. They're very much aware of what's going on, and because they know it's not one of those things, if there's something to know, they'll find out what it is. So they're definitely on the lookout for answers. So many things to think about. And what are they feeling? Thinking, feeling and doing. Thinking and feeling. Feeling here. For the Page of Swords, it could also indicate that this is not a younger, older person. It's more of a younger thought process going through here. They think like a young person. They don't think like an older person. So I'm sensing this person is quite young, because you've got the Page here, and the Page indicates brand new thoughts here, brand new feelings. But they're ready to combat that. They're ready to think about them, and they're ready to make a decision based on what they are thinking and feeling here at the moment. So they're about to make a decision. They've thought about it. They're still thinking about it. but the feeling about it here that they wanted to make a decision, but they feel as though it's too new for them to do anything about. It's just too much going on here for them. They can't quite cope with all of the ideas. They're not emotionally immature, and that's not what I'm saying, but the whole idea of actually doing something about it is quite new to them. They'd rather just still think about it, but they're prepared to make a decision based on what they already know, but they're a bit concerned that they've missed something, that there's still something more to learn, and they're not quite ready to go for it yet. And you've got the answer here with what they're going to do about it. Well, they don't know. They're hanging around just waiting. They feel as though perhaps there's just too much to lose to make a decision based on what they know now. Does that make sense? They really wanted to think about it a bit longer. They're not quite ready yet to pounce, as it were. I think that, well, you can know that they haven't made their mind up yet, so it's yay or it's not a yay or nay at the moment, because they haven't made up their mind, and they're really feeling as though is what is on offer worth their input or worth pursuing. Does that make sense? Based on what they already know. So at the moment it's a bit of a standstill, but at least you know that they're still thinking about it. It's still on their mind. So no decision has been made yet. Does that make sense? So I hope that's helped you. Number 1. Number 2, if you chose this set of cards, let's find out what your significant person is thinking, feeling and doing about you, about a situation that you're involved with, a decision, whatever it is that's concerning you and the other person, concerning the both of you. Let's find out, shall we? Number 2, please. What is their significant person thinking, feeling and doing? Thinking, feeling, doing. For number 2, please. Thinking, feeling, doing. Thinking, feeling, doing. They want an end to the mind games. They want an end to all the thinking about it. They just want it over and done with. They want a decision made. They feel as though they've lost something along the way. They feel as though something is missing. They feel as though there's no second chance here. And there's just so many damn choices. They just don't know which one to take. There's just so many things going on for them. Emotionally, especially because you've got the 2 cups here. They're thinking about it they're very deeply concerned about it. They feel as though there's just too many choices to make, or there's just they can't make the decision for themselves, and perhaps they're just waiting for the universe to make a decision for them, or for you to stand in and make the decision for them. So perhaps they're asking you to make that decision for them, because they just can't. It's overwhelming for them, and they feel as though they've just lost something. They just feel as though they're just, well, they're treading water here. They feel as though that there's just, what else is there for them? What else can they regroup and salvage from all of this? Because they just want it over. They want the mind games over. They want the headache to be gone. They just want to feel at peace again. They just want the situation to solve itself virtually. So I think if you want this situation or this person in your life, you want the situation changed or whatever else that's coming through here, you might need to stand up and take charge, because they can't. or they don't feel as though they can. They're not coping very well with it, and they just want all of that heartache and headache. More like a headache, because it's the sword suit here. They just don't know where else to go with this. They've run out of resources. They've run out of ideas. They've run out of other options. Mentally, that is. There's probably quite a few more options available to them, because they're not seeing them. Because they feel as though everything's just happened and that they can't see the opportunity, or maybe it's too overwhelming for them to see the opportunities, and yeah, they just sort of haven't given up, but they feel as though they want to. So if you want to do something about this, it's up to you, I think, to make the next move. Does that make sense to you? I hope so. I hope it does for you, your sake. Number 2. Number 3, if you chose the last deck of cards, let's find out, see what your significant other is thinking, feeling and doing. Number 3, please. Thinking, feeling and doing. What's happening? What does number 3 need to think about? What does number 3 need to deal with? How does number 3 proceed with what their significant other is thinking, feeling, doing? Okay. Thinking, feeling, doing. Thinking, feeling, doing. Thinking. Ooh, the world. Cycle has changed. They're not too sure what to do with that. So something has definitely come for them, or has changed direction. Everything seems to be falling into place in one thing for them at the moment. They've solved or situation that feels as though it's completed for them. So they've completed a cycle. And once a cycle has been completed, that means there's an opening for something brand new. What that is, they don't know. They feel as though, well, I'm finally finished this. What do I do with it next? Where's my next excitement coming from? What do I focus on next? Where do I go to from here? It seems to be that everything has just sort of fallen into place, but not quite. But the cycle has been finished. And they're looking for something brand new. They're coming to a crossroads, perhaps, now, because something's finished. It's completed itself. Whether it's completed well or not, it isn't the issue here for me. I don't think it's the final fact that something has a cycle has finished. And so, a lot of people have different lengths of time for their cycles. Some people it's 3, 6 or 9. Sometimes it's 7. And sometimes it's 21. A combination of everything. But certainly something has come to a final conclusion. I think they're feeling quite good about that completion, because it's finally over. It's finally been done. But that they're at a standstill now. They just don't know what to do next. They've sort of covered the bases. Mind, body and soul sort of thing's been completed here, but there's something else waiting for them. What is that? What do they want? Something is definitely calling them. So they're going to be called to action very soon. They're wanting to step outside of where they are right now. They've got their one foot out of the box, virtually, but they're still contemplating what to do, because you can see here, it's like they're moving here. They've touched base here for some reason. They're grounding themselves into something brand new, but what it is, I don't know. But they're looking definitely for something new. They feel as though, what have they got to lose? They've only got something to gain by moving forward. But what are they moving forward into? They're ready to move, but they're not quite yet emotionally ready. The world is completed. Emotionally, they're sort of waiting for something, but they want to move with the wands. The wands are the action group of the tarot. So they can see something. It's like looking out and waiting for something to appear, waiting for an opportunity to present itself. They're waiting for the opportunity to move. A change is afoot for them, but what it is, they're not too sure. Can you help them? Possibly. Can you offer them some advice? Can you offer them an opportunity? Perhaps, depending on your relationship with this person. Can you present yourself? For example, this is just an example. It's not necessarily your example, but this is one I'm going to put to you so I can explain what it is that I'm sensing from this. Say, for example, this is your boss or a workmate. Something has been finalised. A contract has been finalised, for example, or someone's finally, a temporary person has finalised this and they've gone, and your boss is thinking, well, who am I going to replace them with? And could you, for example, say, hey, I'm over here, I'll put in my resume, and perhaps you could be the answer to their situation of who am I going to employ? And then they can see the future of starting a brand new contract or a brand new something. You know what I mean? That's just an example of what I'm saying here. Can you help them? And perhaps you can. You could offer something to them to help them to realise the potential here, and to see them, help them see the bigger picture, and that there is something coming in. Does that make sense to you? I'm hoping I didn't confuse the issue here, but this is really important for your other significant other. They're not asking for help, but they're struggling a little bit, and they're contemplating how they feel about this new situation, of contemplating how they're going to make the next one work, because they know there's something there and they want to move forward with it. But what it is and where it is, it's still a mystery to them. So I'm hoping that helped you. Number 3. So thank you everyone for joining me today. I hope that was helpful for you, and help you understand what your significant person is thinking, feeling and doing. So thank you very much, and until next time, so many blessings.